What up, my blessed people? Welcome to Next Level Teaching. Let's try to take your faith to the next level. Yes, your faith. And today I want to talk to you about just a few things. I haven't done car talk in a while, so I figured I would just jump on the box and just spill some things that are really going on my mind. And I'm looking at this from a number of different facets, and it's based on what I'm seeing on just social media and YouTube and some of the other major platforms. And it's time to stop. It's time to stop this. And my first issue at hand is this whole black thing. It's time to stop it. And the reason why I'm saying that is it's just my shirt is black, my hair is black, but my skin isn't. And people want to sit there and complain about racism, but I'm going to explain to you what racism is. Racism is, if you go look at the definition and you look at the categories that are defined under the definition of race, what you're going to find is most quote-unquote darker skinned people, that's what they answer to. So if you continue to operate in a system that you say you don't like, why are you carrying the name? And like I say, you're not black. Black is a crown. It's a color. It's the color of a car. And what we have to realize is we're not even African American. You gotta drop all those labels. And you gotta drop all those labels because that's what's hindering you. That's what's holding you back from adapting to society like you should. If you're gonna carry any name, POW, prisoner of war, because you wasn't brought here, so you were told on your own. You wasn't brought here on your own, under your own will, so that makes you a prisoner. Or the American descendant of slave. But when you hear those terms, that's not something you want to be acknowledged for. So why are you carrying it? At the end of the day, you are American. You have rights in this land, and if you don't get a greater expectation of yourself and who you are, then you will always feel inferior and be on the bottom, because you're trying to get accepted. No more. It's not time to be accepted. It's time to realize that what your greatness is, and it's time, if you're an American, and shed all the labels that you say you're black. What does that mean? How does that profit you? What does that say? It doesn't do anything for you. So why are you spending all this time and energy on dividing yourself from people based on a generation of past experiences? And you would say, well, they haven't gone through that. They don't understand. Correct. But they will never understand. So you're trying to make someone understand something that is really not trying to understand it. So what's the point? What's the logic? If you're fighting for something to be reminded of the past, why? What's the profit? Are you trying to get reparations? If that's your focus, then get the reparations. But you have to build a community of oneness in order to get past separation. That's the only way for it to work. And I get what you're saying, but I don't get it, because you're continuing to carry on and allowing the power to still be there over you, because you are carrying the label that you say you hate, that you say that has been discriminated against. So stop putting yourself in that box, in that category, and unite. And unite as one people, as Americans. What you're going to find is there's good and bad people everywhere you go. And their skin tones vary. So why are you continuing to categorize yourself with people based on skin tone? Now you say, well, that's not so, it's culture. Okay, but I haven't seen it where that is on paperwork, that is on any application, your social status, none of that. The only thing it boils down to is your race. And we gotta stop carrying that on. I want to be respected, number one, as a man of God, number two, as a businessman, number three, as a husband, a father, in no particular order. But these are the things we have to get to if you want things to be better for you. But there's no need for no diversity program. That doesn't work. It's proven it doesn't work. Because in leadership, it's still lopsided. Diversity programs don't work. It just puts out the image that they're all about diversity. But guess what? It's not diverse. Because it's diverse based on what the area is predominantly is. And that's what you will see in a lot of these big corporations. So if you have a diversity program, that says, guess what? You are a racist. Because there is no need for a diversity program if you are hiring people based, like MLK said, of the content of their character and not what they look like. If they're coming in and they're qualified and you feel like they are a good fit for your company, then that's what matters. Now, if you have a 50%, let's just say diverse application submission, but you only have a 10% diverse hire, and the question is why? So we gotta get back to the basics and really get away from the things that continue to build division and separation. And if you're an American, you're an American. If you are an Asian, you're an Asian. But that means you're from Asia. You're a citizen of Asia. Now, if you come and you be a part of this country, regardless of where you come from, and you say you are a citizen of America, then you should be just American. Then where you from shouldn't carry along, because now you've said that this is the land of the free, one nation under God. So how is carrying all these different labels one nation under God? Explain it to me. It isn't. Now, I want to get on this politics. And here's the problem with politics. People are not talking and speaking. And that's a problem. When you look at what's going on. People want to complain, but they don't want to do their part. And that's what I'm telling you. A lot of people want an A in school, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get an A. Yes, you want a great economy, but you're not willing to do what it takes to have a great economy. And here's the issue. In a lot of these low-income areas, they're Democrats. And I went on this journey to just really do some research for myself, and I challenge you to do the same thing. Go to the dictionary and look up the word Democrat, and look at the word Republican. And when you read those two definitions, tell me which one are you satisfied with. And when I went and read those two definitions, one I was satisfied with, one I wasn't. Now, once I determined that, I determined this. I'm not going to always agree with any and everybody, and that's true for all of us. But the question is, I want to have the power in my hands to make my decision, make sure that my vote counts. And at the end of the day, we have to stop being judgmental. And the Bible says that if you make a judgment on someone based on only one side of the story, that makes you a fool. So if you're running around saying things about people, and what I hear a lot of is, I hear a lot of things being said about Trump. And I can't really speak on him as a person, because I don't know him personally. What I do know is there's a lot of things said about people in the news, and I would have to question the credibility of the news a lot, because there's a lot of inconsistencies, and there's not where's the sources of this information that they're getting out there. And I look at, there's some inconsistencies in what I see reporting, regardless of Trump or whoever. But the fact of the matter is this: when you get up in the morning and you go to work, are you getting raises right now? Are you getting 40 hours of work right now? Are you paying more for groceries? Are you paying more for gas? Are you paying more for rent? Are you paying more for cars? Are you paying more for insurance? Are you paying more for all the things that you use on a consistent basis? So the question is, why? Why are you paying more right now? And if you're paying more right now, who is in control right now? Who's making the decisions? Because that is what is affecting why you're paying more right now. Don't be bamboozled. Don't be beguiled. Don't be ignorant. It's time to wake up and pay attention and see what's going on. Because at the end of the day, the more financial pressure that's put on you, the more stress you put on yourself, the more you're going to be receptible to being sick or stressed, heart attack, these things of that nature. And I really want you to get past the point of saying what people are, because how would you feel, or how would you look at it if people were saying these things about you and didn't really know if that was true? So before you go to speak about someone, about what you shared or this, or I heard this, check the source of the information. Would you like someone sharing some information about you that might not be necessarily true? And just because I might not personally like a person and how they come across or how they live their lives, doesn't mean it gives me the right to treat them unfair, to be unjust. And if you are a POW, if you are a descendant of slavery, you should understand this a lot more, because history has shown that the court systems, the justice systems, hasn't always been fair to you. So how are you any better than them if you are doing essentially the same thing that they're doing? So just be careful about how you talk about people, whether it's Trump, Biden, Democrats, Republicans, whatever it is. Because if you consume too much of the nonsense, if you get your opinion based on an unfactual source, you might just become the very person that you despise, or worse.